Hello! Today we play Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on the Steam Deck. Better said, on the Steam Deck docked to a 4K monitor here. So we're going to find out how the game plays on the big screen while running it on our little Steam Deck. And let's see what kind of frame rates we can get out of it. And if we are able to play it in Full HD, maybe 2K, what about 4K? So let's take a look first into the settings, what we have as a starting setup, and then we go through the different settings together during the game. So the initial setup is 1080p Full HD. We have VSync on, we have frame generation off, and we will start without upscaling, so in native resolution, and we keep anti-aliasing on. And we will start with low presets. That sounds good as a starting point. Let's apply those changes. So low. All right. Then let's go into the game and see some gameplay and check out together here the frame rate. So this is now 1080p native resolution with low presets, and you can see that we are only starting with around 16 FPS, which is not that much, not enough to really play this. So we might need to adjust that very soon. Let's play a little bit. So
I'm hitting fish as soon as I can.
This Dr. Nefarious really resurfaced after all these years just to
Moving
try
here
and take
around
over the
14
universe again.
Yeah, I kind of wish he was doing a worse job.
So I think the highest frame rate so far was 20 FPS. So we might want to adjust that. Let's see if we get a few more frames out of it. So 1080p at the moment, and we have no upscaling. There's still on the preset side a very low, so let's give this first try. Let's see how much difference that makes on the frame rate. Just to make sure that it has been applied, yeah.
You're my new ghost.
But not that much, I think. 16, 17 FPS right now. Oh yeah. No chance to really play through that game with 1080p without upscaling, I guess.
What?
But we just leveled up, that's also nice. Then let's take another look. Let's bring some upscaling into play. So let's use AMD FSR3, since we are also using an AMD chip here in the Steam Deck. And let's start with performance mode. We can adjust that later on still a bit. And maybe low presets. So low preset, but upscaling now on performance mode. Let's apply that. And we are now at almost 30 FPS. That looks much better. And it's now playable, I would say. Some explosion. 25, 24, but still good enough. And also a lot going on here actually right now. So I think that would be already a good setting. Let's see if we can get a little more out of it. So let's try, instead of the performance upscaling, we can use the quality upscaling. Let's see what difference that makes. So full HD, quality upscaling and low graphical presets. Apply that. And that took already a hit. So 24, 23 now. Not getting that close anymore to the 30 FPS we had. 20 FPS just for a moment here. Which is
Nice work, Ratchet.
too
Couldn't
low.
have done it without you, pal. All right, now let's get to Nefarious.
So 24 FPS right now.
You two, gold are useless. Is what I get for giving my assistant paid paternity leave.
Quickly, we cannot let Nefarious overuse the Dimensionator. We must lower his defenses.
Okay, so let's try a bit more here on that side. So this is quality. Let's do performance yeah, with medium presets. So 1080p performance upscaling with medium presets. And that's still close to 30 FPS. So again, fine. I think there's won't be much that we can do to get to 60 FPS. I will give it a try in one moment too, but 30 FPS might be the best we get out of it. So let's see if we would go for maximizing here our frame rate, but without using frame generation because that doesn't really help us with the input latency. Then we can select here ultra performance. We can go to very low. So 1080p ultra performance upscaling and very low presets brings us to 45 FPS right now.
His defenses are weakening. Toads are so unpleasant.
But it also took quite a hit here graphic wise and doesn't look that nice anymore. There are a lot of pixels coming up here right now on screen. But yeah, if theoretically we would like to get to 60 FPS, maybe we could still lower this and play actually at 800p like as on the Steam Deck. Let's apply that. See. And yeah, we are getting actually close now to 60 FPS, so 53. Obviously it doesn't look good anymore. So now it's at only 800p, so basically the Steam Deck resolution now on the big screen and lowest settings and the upscaling on performance, so ultra performance I mean. But yeah, theoretically if anybody is really keen on getting to 60 FPS, at least to 52, well now it's actually dropped again to 40, but I guess that's the best we can get here. Now let's see what would be the best setup here to play through this game on the Steam Deck when we are docked on the big screen. So I will continue playing this fully. Let's give it one try first in 2K. Let's see what happens. 2K and native resolution without upscaling and keeps those presets at very low. So let's see what happens frame rate wise, and nothing good happens. We are down to 12 FPS, probably going into the single digits at some point. Well, it's still 10 FPS, but at 2K you're getting already in a slideshow mode here. So that's probably not what we want to choose to play through this game. Let's go back into Full HD, which is probably the best setup here to play on the big screen. We're getting still aiming for a 30 FPS performance. So I think we can go for quality upscaling, maybe balanced, and we can go for the low setting presets graphic wise. I think that should bring us to close to 30 FPS.
The various fine thieves.
Was too optimistic, I guess. 22
My
only.
ultimate plan come to fruition. It is perfect. Something will stop me. Probably around 80.
24.
No, it doesn't matter. Today will be the last time.
25 FPS. So I guess we still need to decrease that a little bit so that we have 30 FPS at least. So performance upscaling them. Low presets. And let's see if we move them.
Watch your step.
Yeah. In that setup we are getting our 30 FPS. Probably we are good to play this then. And looks okay, I would say, right? So obviously could look nicer with a bit more power behind it, but if you really want to play this on the Steam Deck docked, then you're still getting at least a good looking game at 30 FPS and can have a lot of fun here. So let me know in the comments what setup you will choose and if you're going to play it at all docked on the Steam Deck here. And I think I will continue
is
in
all it
this
takes
setting.
to stop me?
I mean, yes.
Well, think again!
The dimensions are weakening considerably.
And actually down to between 20 and 50 now moving in that cutscene.
No.
There's a lot going on.
What is it? Well, it is certainly not good. Where are
Yeah, quite interesting how much variation there's in the frame rate here right now. I moved here to the next level, so 27 FPS, 26 FPS. So I would say 1080p is possible. You will need to use upscaling, so probably in performance mode and rather low presets, but you are
Ratchet?
going to have a good time with Ratchet and Clank Rift
My
Apart
arm.
also on your Steam Deck
And
when docked to the big screen.
No.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time.